look at it. We are putting our traps out for like 24 hours. We'll be here on the pond and in the swamp, and we're going back over here to the creek. And we got 24 hours. I'm putting them out today. Come back tomorrow afternoon and check them and pull them, because I'm not going to be in town this weekend, but had a couple of pretty days, so it seemed like it would be a waste if I didn't. So, what we got right there? Let's see if we can back up and see something here real quick. Oh, okay. I saw something cutting water over there. It's just a bunch of ducks. Just a bunch of ducks. I know that's where we saw that beaver earlier. But I still think there's a bunch of beavers over here, guys. There's just too much sign. And I've confirmed caught 5. And then y'all know I've lost 2 traps, so could have caught 7. But we ain't gonna be losing no more traps. No more traps. Taking our time, paying attention, not getting in any rush. We're gonna make sure that we have these traps anchored properly. I got more traps coming, more anchors coming. But it's just a learning process, guys. And we haven't been over here since today is Wednesday, and I pulled my traps last Friday, I believe. So things have hopefully quieted down a little bit, and the rain stopped Monday morning, so the water levels are kind of going back to normal. We're gonna walk down here and see if there's any sign on this creek. See, I know this is where we caught our first, or our only creek beaver. Now that is unexpected. Yeah, I mean, y'all do remember what this looked like, right? I mean, all this was sand up to right there. This is crazy. I mean, I know it rained a lot, but daggum. I'm very curious what further up the creek's gonna look like. I mean, it washed out that whole bank. I mean, you used to be able to walk to right here. Let's walk over here and see if we can see any sign. These are waterproof boots, but they're not waders, so I want to be careful. Don't want to get wet this early in the day, because after this job, we're going to go put out our coyote sets on the other property. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of sign. I'm not seeing a whole lot of fresh signs. Something went on right here, but I don't see any footprints. And like I said, the rain stopped yesterday morning. So maybe they haven't really been active yet. It's another reason why I want to go ahead and get some traps in the ground, because I think this water level's still going down. I'm expecting them to be active tonight. This is just a really heavily used spot. This is where a trap was that I caught a beaver in, where I lost a beaver. But all this has just got eroded. So this is still kind of wet. So this right here looks like it's been used. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I would love to be able to find my trap. I don't expect to be able to find the one on the pond. That one's probably at the bottom of the pond. But this over here, I just really expect, or I don't really expect, but there's a possibility, more of a possibility of finding the beaver that has my trap over here in this creek. So, and I actually think that this is a den right here that we're on, because you see how, well, you're not gonna be able to see it in the video. This is very slicked down and flat right through here, and then there's a little slip that goes off to the creek. So I think this brush pile right here may be a den of some sort. All right. Well, we are gonna go get our waders on and put some traps in the water. And we do gotta kind of be on a, I know I said you ain't supposed to be in a hurry, but we got a bunch to do today, so we're gonna try and be efficient. That's a good word to use. We're gonna try and be efficient as possible today. See how it goes. All right, I'll probably show you the finished sets as I'm finish them up. I ain't gonna take the time to set up a tripod and all that to video me putting in sets, but I will show you all the finished product. All right, let's get it. So it's taking me way too long to make these sets, but I guess I'm just learning still. A lot of it has to do with me choosing where I want to put it. There's so much sign on this creek, and they're coming up a lot right here on this bank, but there's no like specific channel that they're coming up in. But they got a little bit of a channel right here, and they got a nice slick going up here. You can see where they're cutting down little trees and stuff. So I did try and barricade it a little bit. And you can see my trap right there. And I've got it double anchored into the bank back here. So I shouldn't lose this trap. Fingers crossed. It felt pretty solid, so we'll see. They say you want to go for a back leg catch, and I just don't know. I'm not really sure, but still learning, guys, still learning. I do have some branches back here, but this isn't a barricade. I don't know if it comes up in the camera, but those are still green, so I peeled those and put them back here to use as an attractant to hopefully, convince the beaver to come through this channel right here that he's been using versus coming around. It looked like he was just pushing up piles of mud over here, probably trying to do little castor mounds or something. But this spot right here is what it looked like they were sliding off the most. They were coming over here, but it looks like they were just kind of sliding up and down right here the most. So we'll see. Yeah, 24 hours. We'll be back in 24 hours to check it out. Now we're gonna go further up the creek. All right, guys, we're about to pull out from the creek here. Just put our last set in, and I brought another one. I brought a body trap, but there's just so much sign up through this creek. Otter, a lot of otter sign too, that I don't want to take a chance putting another one out. I mean, there's several trails going up and out of this water with otter prints and everything, footprints, tracks, whatever. And I don't want to catch an otter. They're in season, but it's not what I'm getting paid for. And I don't want a non-target animal plugging up a trap just in case a target animal comes through. So, and I'm already down 2 traps because of losing 2, and I want to save a few for the pond. So this spot right here is almost, I mean, pretty much guaranteed higher chance to be used by beavers, because you can tell this is where they're cutting down all their stubs at back here. Still got a bunch of trees back here, a bunch of brush, and you can see from right here, you ain't gonna be able to see on camera, but there's just a ton of stubs. This is where we saw all the sign of them dragging limbs out and everything. So I'm just going to bet on this is gonna be the highest chance spot to catch a beaver. I'm running this a little further out from the bank. I don't know if it's too far out or what, but I'm trying to get that back foot. A back foot catch is a lot stronger catch than the front foot. So I'm really trying to get that back foot catch. And by being a little further out, it gives, if they're entering in right here, if being a little further out, it gives me a better chance of getting the back foot, because theoretically, they're gonna swim over the trap initially with the front 2 feet. And once their front 2 feet hit the ground, that's when their back feet kind of tuck down, and that's what I'm trying to catch. But anyway, I think I've got 3 traps here on the creek, and I'm going to do the rest of them on the pond, I believe, just because that's where I'm seeing all my beavers, and I haven't seen any otter sign on the pond. So I do know there's beavers back here, but there's just as many otters back here too, and I just don't want to take the chance of catching an otter, really. I mean, sometimes it can't be helped, but like I said, that's not my target animal, so I'm gonna just try and put it in a spot where I think I'll catch a beaver. But alrighty, we're gonna nosy on back to the truck and then drive over to the let me swap grips here. It's only a matter of time, y'all, before I drop this phone into the water, and then I'm going to be out an expensive phone. And on top of that, guess what's going to happen? Wife's going to be mad at me. Wife is going to be mad, and that ain't going to be a win. That's going to be a double lose. So I'm going to have to get a GoPro to strap to my head, to my chest, or something. Anyway, we're going to head back. I walked further up this creek today, all the way to the road. You can see a mill back there, a plant, and railroad crossing and everything up there. I walked back all the way up to the railroad crossing, and I passed 2 more dams that they'd built. So there are 4 dams, I think, on this creek. And I would have hated to have seen this place before they were busted. I mean, because you can see they did come in here with an excavator. I don't know how long ago it was. Still ain't asked the owner yet, the landowner. I do plan on asking him just because I'm curious. But this place would have been completely flooded with these big old dams in here. I mean, and you can see all that right there is just dead, marshy stuff, because that's how high the water was at one point. So they've caused a lot of damage. I mean, this is all pretty much, I don't know if it's useless, but ain't much I can see doing with it out here. It's just been flooded for so long. All right, we're gonna go back to the truck and drive over to the pond. And we're gonna see what that looks like. I wanted to point something out real quick and why it is so hard to trap on a creek. This stump and root system was not here a couple of days ago or last week when I come through. This is one of the spots that I dug out. The water was below that. You see that grass in the ground right there? The water was below that, barely coming out right there. And I raked it out. And this was just like a little pool area, but it flooded so much down through here that it left a root, tree and a stump and a root ball system right there. So you just never know what you're gonna find on the creek. Just a little bit of water level, just a little bit of rain and your water level can fluctuate like crazy. But anywho, we're still heading back to the truck. All right, guys, we're back over here at this pond. The creek that we were at was way over there. Over that bank of the pond is part of the swamp, and it goes from way back here in this back corner. It goes all the way around. The swamp's pretty big, and this is a decent sized pond, nothing major. But anyway, we're back over here on the pond and see a pretty good sized castor mound. Put it right there. Big old blob of mud right there. So that tells me that there's still some big beavers in here that are marking their territory pretty good. Oh, there's another one right there. Right there. So there's still plenty of beavers here guys. You see we're coming up on this part of the bank right here. I got it getting that grass. So we're gonna keep on walking. Wanted to show y'all that though, just to show we've caught 4 beavers out of here. Lost 1 trap over here. So there were a lot of beavers over here, and there is still a lot of beavers over here. So let's put out some more traps. All right, guys, we wrapped it up here. Fingers crossed that when we come back that we'll have something. I got let's see here, 7 sets out. I think it's 7 sets. 4 on the pond, 3 on the creek. So we got 24 hours, or they got 24 hours to hunt, and fingers crossed we'll have something when we come back. We're gonna go get a bite to eat now, and then we're gonna go over to another customer's property and throw in some coyote traps. So fingers crossed that'll work over there. They said they got pretty good bit of coyotes over there, and we're gonna put in some coyote traps and probably throw in some DPs and see if we can take out some of the raccoons that are over there too. So let's go get a bite to eat, and we're gonna head on down the road. So we're out here scouting around on the coyote property project. And I thought y'all might find that interesting. In case any of you city slickers ain't ever seen none of that. Bunch of frog eggs. Look at all that. It's a bunch of frogs. Tadpoles, but frogs. All those little things. They're everywhere. Bunch of frogs. So we've seen some coyote sign, some tracks, seen some bobcat tracks. This is a lot different than what I'm used to trapping, which I haven't trapped in too many places, but it's still different than what I have been trapping in. Because this down here, this is pretty much hardwood swamp bottom, you know. But they do have a nice road system going through here. And these predators, they're gonna be traveling the roads, you know, just like the deer do. So they're gonna be in here looking for a meal. Everything got warm today, so trying to watch for snakes. Good little size creek. So we kind of getting a feel for the place. I did a video several weeks ago now, riding around with the one of the property owners. So I kind of had an idea of where I wanted to put traps, but I wanted to look again just because the conditions have changed a little. We've had a lot of rain since then, so I just wanted to see what extra sign I saw and where I saw it, you know. So we're gonna start putting some steel in the ground. There's several spots on this for this client. He has several 3 different pieces of property that he wants me to put some traps down on, so we're gonna get to it. All right, guys, here's what we're working with. I'm on my first coyote job, so I'm getting to use some of my lures now, and we are gonna see what we can do. We're gonna mix it up. It is smelling funky. I had it stored in my tote right here. Man, that's some loud stuff. So we're gonna mix it up. I'm doing three sets here. There's 2 or 3 tracks, motorcycle tracks. There's a bunch of motorcycle racing that goes on back here. But there's 3 tracks that kind of come together, pretty close together, in the back of this little green plot. So I'm gonna put a couple, 3 traps back here, one on each trail, kind of toward the center where everything's coming together. And it is very bobcatish through here. I mean, it is just very thick. We're in what was a hardwood swamp bottom. They come in and they cut it a while back, where they thinned it out a little bit. Got a creek bottom back here. Very cattish, and we've seen several coyote tracks too. So we're gonna plug in a couple of sets, and we're gonna shoot for a a coyote or a cat. Cat. We still have maybe 2 more weeks of bobcat season, and then if I have a special job, then I can go get a permit for it. But open season ends, trapping season for bobcats ends in a couple of weeks. But don't stop us from doing coyotes though. So we're gonna put a couple of sets in and see what we can do. Do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, guys, first set going in. Corner of the road right here. Another road up there, and then actually another road going out that way. And you got the green field right behind me. Seen tracks right here. So, I think this is a good spot, using this little rolled up bank right here as a backer. And I got my, you can't see it, bait hole going into the dirt about that far. And for bait, I'm probably, let's see what this one is. I'm gonna use one of them, but I want to use a gland lure right here. Since we're still in coyote mating season, I'm gonna use a gland lure on a couple of these, and I think it's gonna make the difference. But I wanted to show y'all, this is the first official coyote set of mine where I get to use my stuff, I get to use bait, and I'm happy about it. Happy about it. got my little sifter out here, and it just makes it a lot easier than doing it by hand. And then you keep going until you have a bunch of clogs left, and then you just chunk your clogs away. See? So it's just a bunch of clogs. Then you chunk them, get some more of this fine stuff here, and just repeat the process until it's nice and covered up. But it's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna get off here and put these in because I got a bunch more traps put in. So I wanted to show y'all that. All right, putting in my second set at the end of this road, and to the right is where I just put the first set. This is where the bobcat tracks are. And I'm just gonna plug one in right there. So you got bobcat tracks in that little mud hole right there coming down through here. And I mean, this is the kind of stuff that bobcats, I mean, they hunt this kind of stuff, looking for mice and stuff. And I was gonna put a set in down there where my bucket's at, but there was ants everywhere. And now I done got into the ants here, but I think it's far enough over where it ain't gonna bother anything. I don't want to get messed up in no fire ants. But yep, prime location, and I think it's gonna work its way in there. I want to put my trap right up there. Alrighty. Alright, that's a wrap on that one. My pan is right there to the left. I can do it. Let me see. About right there. There's the bait. Got a little bit of bobcat urine on there. I'm really trying to attract a bobcat on this specifically since there's bobcat tracks right there. So this is supposed to be for a bobcat. I'd like to get a cat here. Coming up out of this creek bottom. Green field right up there. But we'll take what we can get. We'll see. On to the next. All right, here's the next we're putting in. And this is just gonna be a flat set road. Another road back here. So this is just like a little connection point. I'm gonna put one right there. Probably gonna put one right there on the corner of that road. And it's just gonna be a pass through. Ain't gonna be nothing fancy. And hopefully I'll be able to cover that up with pine straw where you don't even see it. And you wouldn't even be able to tell that I've been here. Hopefully. All right, let's get it. This is gonna be a fun set right here. On the edge of this little green plot, you got pine thicket back here, hardwood bottom, and then a clear cut way back there. I mean, just a really big clear cut all back through there. You got a road coming up right here connecting to this road. And right down the trail right here, there's another road coming from the clear cut. I put a set on that. And now I'm about to put in a little set right here. See if we can get a bobcat coming through here. This will be a fun little set. I'm gonna probably put the bait at the end of that log right there. And then put a trap. I don't get bit by a snake. Right there. So they're already used to this backing, got natural backing right here. So I think this will be a good spot. We got one trap left. We're gonna put it right there for this, and then we'll have two more left, I think, for one more spot. So 3 traps left, putting one right here, 2 left, and then that's gonna be a wrap. Then I'll have all of my coyote sets out, or all of my water sets out, beaver traps out. And we're gonna come back and check it tomorrow. Got a stump job to do in the morning. So we're gonna do that. And we'll run back out here and see if we caught any critters. All right, guys. That's gonna do it. I'm gonna put in a couple of little DP traps over here in the corner of this field. And just for kicks, just to see what I catch. There's some new bait that I want to try. I'm always trying new raccoon bait or nest raider bait. So we'll see how that does, but just put in my last set. little trench set, step down set, whatever you want to call it. Got it going into this little ridge right here. You can see it's like a bank. Got a bait and lure down the hole. We're gonna see. And there's a logging road right here, and it goes way back in the woods. And there's a gate down there, and that's somebody else's property way down there. But I got a set right here, and I have one right here on this side of the road over there. So, put in a full day. We started putting in water traps, beaver traps, pretty early. And everything's got 24 hours. We're coming back tomorrow, and we're going to, after the stump job, we got a stump job to go do, and we're going to pull all the water traps. I know we may leave the K9 sets, but we'll just play that by ear. And that's that. That's going to be the wrap. Pretty long video, I think, but had a lot of stuff going on, so I wanted to video all of it. Had to video my personal first sets for coyotes. Had to get that. But that's a wrap. So, y'all be good.